Hi, I'm Brian with Pioneer Builders in Chicagoland yet again. Today I've just been hanging out at Gerber's North American headquarters. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to be technically minded because our houses are getting more and more complicated to construct. As a builder, as a plumber, the last thing that you want is to have to tear things out when it comes time to trim. You want to be able to execute design like this flawlessly and make your life easier. Well, I suppose I should go ahead and get out of the tub and dry off a little bit. Actually, if you want the truth, it's like 90-some degrees and humid out. Let me go ahead and walk you through the valve that you would use to install a tub filler like this and all of the technical points that you want to think about. Let's get into it.
Come see Brian Euler at Build Show Live. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description for tickets. Use code Brian26 for 25% off.
So you can see that they have a few different tub fillers. We're not really going to focus on that so much as the valve itself. So I'm going to take you through the installation. Like if you started out at framing, what are some things you would have to think about? Now it could be that the plumber's used to doing this, but maybe it's your carpenter who does it. I think the more of us who know how this works, the less chance there is that there's going to be a problem down the line if we all work together. However, as the builder, at the end of the day, we get the headache if things don't work well. So this is what the valve's going to look like if you get it. This here is just a cover that can come off later. These little bits here is what's supported structurally. So this is not going to go on your subfloor. Just imagine if this was your subfloor, and then you took this and lifted up over, you'd have this huge gap. So what you actually have to do is have maybe a 2x8, or if you're on concrete, you'll have to think a little bit differently. That's going to be recessed before the level of your subfloor. What you really want to pay attention when it comes to these depths is the minimum and maximum. Your finished floor surface should be between these two. So your subfloor conceivably could be here, and then your structural support would be down here within the joist bay itself or beneath the current concrete surface. But what you really want to think about, and maybe check your specifications, or if there's an interior designer, where do we want to be here? There is a nice margin of error. I mean, that's got to be maybe 4 inches is what I'm guessing. But still, the stakes are high, that if you get this wrong, it's going to be a nightmare later. Okay, so you get your framing in there. Maybe you've had to pack out your joists, or you have open web floor joists. You'll figure it out on site. This can come off. Doesn't have to, but it can. Then when it comes time to test it, that's what these are for. These are test plugs. This is basically a secondary cover. So maybe the plumber just takes this off once he's done, calls it good to go. What you don't want is to gum up anything that's in here. You know, let me back up a little bit. There is one more thing that if you're a plumber, you're going to know this instinctively. If you're not a plumber, you might really appreciate this tip. When this is on, you can use this to level. So you want to do that now at this point instead of later on. Make sure your block is level. If there's anything that you need to do to get this level to receive your tub filler later on. So you can take that off. These are designed to be your test plugs. So whether you air test or water test, check your local codes, you want to make sure that everything doesn't leak, or everything is sealed would be another way to say that. I'll show you the insides of this. Later, when it comes time to install, this is going to come off, but before that, now if you're at plumbing rough, you can see the C for cold, the H for hot. You're going to make your points of connection. This is going to come in and seat in there. The mechanisms from in here are going to allow you to mix your hot and your cold to make sure that you get the adequate temperature, the water volume. That's really where the mechanics. This is a pretty passive system as far as the valve is concerned. I think it's a pretty elegant system. You know, I find that when there's something like this, it's really easy to get intimidated because there's other things that we've installed ad nauseum. We don't even have to think about it. But when we can just take 5 or 10 minutes, break it down, It makes our lives a lot easier. And you know, I think so many of us are using YouTube to learn things anymore. Gerber has some really nice videos that gets more into the actual installation. It has a list of tools you might think about having, and it's really easy to be able to just hit pause, execute, play, pause, execute, rewind as you need to. So that's a really nice feature. It's amazing how much education there is now out there. I've been on Build Show Network for over a couple of years now, but there's a lot more contributors. We've got drywall, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, an architect. We just had Michael Connolly join us, and he does absolutely exquisite high-end homes actually here in Chicago. So anyway, check all of those folks out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Now go build something.